Hi friends! Challenge Wind YouTube channel is back today with a new video on how to invest $100. You don't have to be wealthy to start investing. Building wealth takes time and patience, but it also requires you to take real actionable steps with your money. After all, you won't get rich by keeping your extra cash under your mattress. You have to invest your money if you want it to start growing to its full potential. Here is a secret about investing most people don't know. It's not really about how much you invest at first. It matters the most that you actually get started and do something. Whether you are trying to figure out how to invest $100 or you need to know how to invest $1,000, the key to getting ahead is making a decision and sticking with it. Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful is one of Warren Buffett's mantras to investing. Investing $100 may not sound like a lot of money in a traditional investment, but it will get you started. And it'll be what you do from there that will determine your financial future. Here are 10 ways you can invest $100. Watch till the end of this video and press the subscribe button below. First method is start an emergency fund. People don't understand how important it is to have a strong margin of safety with their finances. For most of us, the best way to get that margin of safety is by having cold hard cash. If you don't already have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses set aside, then the best way for you to start with that $100 per month is by putting it in a savings account as an emergency fund. With an emergency fund, you can't expect much of a return on your savings. Having that safety net isn't about getting returns, it's about keeping you from going into debt or having to tap your long-term investment accounts if you have a financial emergency. Imagine if you were to lose your job or suffer an unexpected illness or accident that affected your income for weeks or even months. Having several months of income available in cash can mean keeping life's unexpected events from damaging your financial plans. Interest rates on savings accounts aren't very high, but this is about protecting your downside, not capturing high returns. Second method is start paying off debt. This may not sound like much of an investment, but it might be the single best investment you can make with $100. One of the best ways to do this is to pay off a credit card debt. If you have a credit card that's charging you, say, 20% interest, paying it down by $100 will get you an annual return of $20. That's the equivalent of a 20% return on a traditional investment, which is virtually impossible to get on a regular basis. What's more, paying off debt is an entirely risk-free investment. There's virtually no way to lose money on the transaction. Third method is micro savings or micro investment apps. Here we are talking about how to invest $100. But what if you have less than $100, like nothing? If that describes you, count your blessings. You are living in the 21st century because there's an app to help you do just about anything you want these days. An example is micro savings and micro investment apps. These are apps that not only enable you to invest but also to accumulate the money you will need to do it. Probably the most popular example of a micro savings or micro investment app is Accounts. You can link your checking account, and each time you make a purchase, Accounts uses a process it calls roundups to help you save money to invest. For example, let's say you purchase items at a grocery store for $8.75. The Accounts app will round the purchase up to an even number, $9. $8.75 will go to pay the merchant, and the balance 25 cents will be held towards investing. Fourth method is use fractional shares to buy stocks. Thanks to the recent move towards commission-free stock trading, buying individual stocks with just $100 is now a cost-effective option for those getting started in investing. And with several major brokerages offering fractional share investing, meaning the ability to buy less than a full share of stock, it's more than practical than ever. In fact, with the emergence of fractional share investing, you can potentially create a diverse portfolio of individual stocks with just $100. In other words, if you want to buy a stock with the $200 share price, you could use $20 and buy just 0.1 shares. Only a handful of brokerages offer fractional shares, but this option should become more prevalent in the coming years. To start investing in individual stocks, you'll just need to open an investment account with a brokerage company and start making regular deposits of your $100. Finding stocks can seem daunting at first, but you can follow some simple principles to build your beginner portfolio. First and foremost, don't invest in any company with a business you don't understand. By sticking with familiar companies, you will be better able to tell when they are doing well and when they are doing poorly. Choosing a portfolio of at least 10 or 12 stocks will reduce the risk of big losses if you make a poor choice with one or two of your stock picks. And avoiding stocks that make big moves in both directions is also smart when you are getting started. Over time, you learn what to look for in a company financial statements. And as you learn, you will be even better able to distinguish strong stocks from weaker ones. Individual stocks give you a chance to outperform the broader market averages over the long run. When you are talking about years or even decades of holding quality stocks, the benefits of investing in the best companies in the stock market can pay off life-changing rewards to long-term stock investors. Even a single share can grow over the years to become worth a huge amount and help you reach your financial goals. Fifth method is build an investment portfolio with Robo-Advisors. A Robo-Advisor is just a fancy name for an automated investing service. Before Robo-Advisors, if you didn't want to take time learning about investing, you would have to hire an expensive human financial advisor to manage your money. Nowadays, for the average investor, it's almost always better to go with a Robo-Advisor. They are increasingly becoming more intelligent and generate better returns than human advisors, and they are significantly cheaper. Robo-advisors use complex computer algorithms to manage your investments based on your age and goals. Most robo-advisor services will begin by asking you various questions about your financial goals and risk tolerance. Based on your answers, the robo-advisor will create a custom portfolio that fits your objectives. You can also opt for a robo-advisor such as Ally Invest or M1 Finance. Ally's trading platform is free for stocks and ETFs and charges less than $10 per trade for mutual funds. With M1 Finance, there are no fees to worry about as long as you meet low investment minimums on the platform. Sixth method is buy a portfolio with index-based exchange-traded funds. If you want to invest directly in the stock market, $100 won't buy you much if you are going to purchase individual stocks. But you can buy into an entire market by investing with an index-based exchange-traded funds. Exchange-traded funds are like mutual funds, except they have lower fees and don't charge sales or redemption loads. And as an index-based fund, it will be a completely passive investment. You won't outperform the market, but you won't underperform it either. One of the best examples is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. As the name implies, the fund is invested in the S&P 500 index. That means it represents proportionate shares of each of the 500 plus stocks in the index. The S&P 500 index includes the 500 largest publicly traded corporations in America. An ETF allows you to buy into an entire market for just $100. And since they trade like stocks, you can simply purchase them through any major investment broker. Seventh method is open an IRA account. Most young people don't want to think about the day they aren't young anymore. Nonetheless, saving for retirement is an important part of life. The biggest mistake that most people make when it comes to saving for retirement is not starting sooner. It's normal to want to wait until you are better off before you start putting money off away for retirement. It's up to you to fight that urge to wait and instead just start saving now. Individual retirement accounts or IRAs come with special tax advantages that are meant to encourage you to regularly contribute. Opening an IRA is simple, and most brokerages allow new account holders to start with much fewer than $100. Eighth method is peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending platforms are where consumers come to borrow money for personal loans. These are unsecured loans that can be used for just about any purpose and can be as high as $40,000. Interest rates on those loans vary based on the borrower's credit profiles. But there are also platforms where investors come to invest in those loans. You don't actually invest in entire loans, but rather in small slices of loans referred to as notes. A note can be purchased for $25, which means you can spread an investment of $100 across 4 different loans. Lending Club is the largest peer-to-peer investment platform, and it will allow you to invest with as low as $25. They also advertise returns ranging between 4% and 7%. There is some risk of loss of your investment principal due to borrower defaults, but the rates indicated reflect those default rates and are still much higher than what you can get on bank investments. It's one of the best ways to invest $100. Ninth method is enroll in a course or certification. With a small amount of money, no more than $100, you can quite literally purchase a course or program or even a book that can help you learn a new skill that will enable you to increase your income by several $1,000s per year. You can surf the web and especially YouTube to find courses and programs that will help you generate extra income. Many are available for well under $100. It's the best way how to invest $100. Your income generating ability as well as your personal financial management skills will produce more money in your life than any investment you may own at this point. 10th method is buying and selling. Thousands of people are selling items on eBay and Amazon.com and earning a nice side income and sometimes a full-time income. There's a lot more competition than there was a decade or more ago, but you can still make money selling underpriced and unusual items. You can buy items on the cheap at garage sales, second-hand shops, flea markets, then sell them on the websites for a profit. And you can undoubtedly begin buying inventory at less than $100. There was even a story of a millennial who built a company that's made millions of dollars reselling items from Walmart. That's an extreme example, but it gives you an idea of what can be done. It's one of the best ways to parlay a small amount of money into a larger amount, though it does require some effort on your part. So if you've been holding off with your investing, don't wait any longer. Take your $100 and pick one or more of these 10 ways to put it to work. You'll be surprised what a difference it'll make in the long run. Don't go just yet. Remember to subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and smash that like button if you want to grow your investment. I'll see you again in my next video.